Hey guys, today we must talk about a serious human crisis. Sri Lanka is facing a major disaster. The island is suffering from massive floods and landslides. Before we dive into what's happening, let's first understand what is a landslide.
A landslide happens when soil or rock on a slope becomes unstable and slides down. This instability can be caused by many factors: heavy rainfall, soil erosion, deforestation, or other human activities like mining, even earthquakes or volcanic eruption in some places. But usually, and especially in recent events, heavy rainfall is the main trigger. In this video, I'll explain all about the current Sri Lanka disaster, when it started, where it hit hardest, how many people are affected, and how rescue efforts happened. Especially by the Indian Air Force helped many stranded people. So now let's look upon when did it started. The disaster was triggered by Cyclone Ditwa toward the end of November 2025. As the cyclone passed over Sri Lanka, it brought torrential rainfall in some central and eastern region. Rainfall exceeded 300 mm, about 12 inches in a short time. While landslides and floods happened, that heavy rain soaked the earth, especially the hill and high land zones. Soil became saturated and unstable, causing slopes to collapse, triggering landslides. At the same time, rivers and reservoirs overflowed, flooding low lying and plain areas. In many areas, they saw both landslides in hills and floods in plains at once. Which water bodies rivers were involved is the rising flood waters along Kilani River, especially near the capital region, contributed to severe flooding in urban and low-lying zones. The worst hit zones were in central and eastern parts, especially hilly, degrowing, and highland zones. One region mentioned frequently is Kotmal, which was badly hit by landslides and had roads completely cut off. Many parts of the plains, suburbs, and low lying areas around the capital and near major river also faced heavy floods as rivers overflowed. The casualties, missing people, displaced, damaged houses are. The disaster has been catastrophic. By recent count, the death toll had risen drastically. One recent report says that at least 300 to 400 people have died and 218 people are missing due to floods and landslides. Nearly a million people are affected, with about 2 lakh displaced, living in temporary shelters. Immediately after the news came out, India launched Operation Sagar Bandhu to help Sri Lanka. Under this, IAF sent aircraft to deliver relief supply and also to evacuate stranded people. And landslides hit region Kotmal, completely isolated due to road damage. Indian Air Force helicopters evacuated 45 stranded individuals, including 12 Indian nationals, foreign nationals, and local Sri Lankan citizens. Among them, 6 critical casualties and 4 infants, transporting them safely to Colombo. To support ground rescue and relief operations, IAF also airlifted 57 Sri Lankan army personnel into the affected zone to help in rescue and clearance operation. In addition, IAF evacuated over 300 Indians stranded in Sri Lanka, flying them from Colombo to safety. On December 1st, 2025, the IAF flew 335 Indians stranded at Colombo Airport to Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala on IL 76 and C 130J aircraft. IAF also delivered huge quantities of relief material and humanitarian aid supplies to support those affected, working alongside Indian and Sri Lankan relief teams. If the IAF had not intervened quickly, many more people might have remained trapped or lost their life in cut off landslides zones like Kotmal with no food, medicine, or shelter, worsening their suffering. The evacuation and relief operation like prevented further deaths, starvation, dehydration, or injuries among civilians. Meanwhile, before the cyclone reached India, the India Meteorological Department IMD issued a red alert for northern Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and parts of southern Andhra Pradesh, warning of heavy to very heavy rainfall due to the cyclone. This show how the cyclone was a large scale event affecting both India and Sri Lanka, requiring warnings and quick disaster response effort. In short, what began as a strong tropical cyclone brought heavy rain, which in a country like Sri Lanka with hills, slopes, rivers, and plains turned into a deadly combination of landslides plus floods plus overflowing rivers. The result, hundreds of deaths, thousands displaced, and a humanitarian crisis. Rescue efforts by the IAF and allied forces, evacuation, airlifted standards, people delivering relief supplies played a critical role in saving lives and preventing further catastrophe. So, this was all the news about Sri Lanka and its disasters. Let's hope for the good. For more updates, subscribe to my channel, Report by Samanvitha. Jai Hind.